Okay, I have this idea for an improvement, modification, whatever the right word is, for these bad boys right here. Let me show you what I got planned coming up next. Okay, so if you've seen any of the videos online about the UCO Storm Proof matches, you know how amazing they are. They were on Canadian Prepper's list of 10 budget items for bug out, all that sort of good stuff. And they are awesome. Like in his video, he dips them in snow and they keep burning. So this is an amazing match in and of itself. If you want to see where I picked mine up, check out this link to this video right here, where I found a smoking hot deal on this particular package of matches. But anyway, I saw something the other day online and it caught my eye just briefly, and I apologize because I cannot remember where I was. But it was basically this, or something similar, with a chunk of fat wood attached to it, and then it looked to me like it was wrapped in jute, just simple jute twine, and then maybe dipped in wax. And I thought, I think I have what I need to make that. So what I've done so far is I've taken out a match, and then I had some fat wood from some pre-purchased fat wood that I took one of my Moore knives and I kind of chopped it up into finer sticks. And then my theory is that I'm going to be able to wrap these around this match, tie it up with some jute, and then maybe try to secure the whole thing with a Ranger band and see if we can't come up with a pretty epic match. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I peeled off a section of jute here, and I'm just going to start kind of wrapping this over itself and keep layering. I'm trying to keep the tips of the sticks away from the tip of the match too, so that I can still strike it. Couple wraps on that one. Come to this other side. Couple more. Finally on this back side. Okay. So I can already see that that was not enough jute. So we'll cut off another piece and keep going. Well, that was pretty easy. So you can see that I had kind of a pencil point on the pieces of fat wood. I had used a pencil sharpener to make some shavings, and so when I split it, I got really thin pieces, which I used to my advantage because I put them on the tip thinking that they would be able to catch fire and start burning the actual fat wood itself. Once the match gets down closer to the inside of this thing where the actual match itself is going to want to stop burning because it's going to run out of fuel, because the fuel cartridge only goes to about, well, here's your standard match and then here's this version, right? So if I lay this right over top of that, okay, you can see where the fuel cartridge is going to want to stop burning right about where my finger is, because that's where it's going to run out of fuel. My theory is that by the time we get to there, it will start to ignite the jute and the rubber from the Ranger bands, and we're going to get a much, much, much longer burn time out of these pieces of wood that are fat wood. I'm pretty sure it's going to go nuts. Okay, so estimated burn time on these per the package is 25 seconds. I say we go ahead and light this one up and see just how long of a burn time we can get on it. Alright, I'm just going to fire this thing up and then we'll see how long this video takes to run. Wow, those things put off a lot of smoke. I'm going to open a door. Video's already well over a minute and we haven't even really gotten into the jute much yet. It's kind of starting to smolder. It's interesting to me that it went all the way through the inside. I can really smell the fat wood starting to burn now. First piece of Ranger band finally split apart there. You can see how well a Ranger band burns. Holy cow, who had any idea that would be the case? It's the first time I've burned one of those. 2.5 minutes now. Over 3 minutes. Over 4 minutes, and it's still going like crazy. Okay, I don't know how much longer this battery's gonna last, but we're pushing 9 to 10 minutes on this thing so far, and it is still going. And I'll have to dub in later a final estimate on how long it burned, but the way that it's looking right now, this thing on its own is going to burn for probably 15 minutes before it goes out. It's starting to kind of taper off now, like there was a lot larger flame earlier, but there's still some flame happening there. We're seeing a lot more smoke starting to come from it now, so I think we're getting into some actual dying down portion of this, but we're over 10 minutes and we still have a decent flame. A little bit closer view now. I had to take the phone out of the tripod and plug it in, but we're pushing 13 minutes and we still have a little bit of flame. It's trying hard to be done, but there is still some flame. Well, that was exciting. I had never before actually lit up one of these bad boys. They go crazy when they first light up, and that little modification by adding that fat wood around the outside, those Ranger bands, a little bit of that jute wrapped around, it makes a pretty bulky match. But man, if you can't start a fire with something that's going to burn for close to 10-15 minutes on its own accord, then you've got some issues. So I don't know, I'm debating in my head right now what I think would be the best way to carry them. Like I'm thinking maybe a soap container or maybe an extra large pill bottle. I don't know. Like this is the thing that you can pick this thing up and it'll hold 12 of the actual matches itself, but as big as those things were, something like this might only hold 2, if even maybe even just one of that one that I had. So I'm debating if maybe a soap dish, like a travel soap container or something about that size, might be a way to store it. I'll have to be looking around for some ideas there, but I was pretty impressed, and honestly, you saw it on video. It took no time at all to make, and the one that we sample burned there wasn't even dipped in any wax, so there was no, that would be even more fuel to the fire, no pun intended, if that was coated in wax as an extra layer of protection. So anyway, pretty interesting modification. If you like that video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Tell us what you think about that modification in the comments down below. Is it worth the effort, or would you just go with this match as is and call it good? Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. purchased fat wood sticks. I think they're done. Maybe. Okay, now they're done. Nope, there they go again. Gotta love the dogs in the shed.